Well, hello everyone. My name's Jeff, and thanks for stopping by the channel. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you like this kind of content. If you do, hit that like, subscribe, and share. The little bell notification, that way you'll know when I post new videos. This morning, oh man, it's been a great day so far. This morning is it's Sunday. Our pastor this morning preached from Mark chapter 2, and it talked about Jesus healing the paralyzed man and the faith that it took for those men to get that man to Jesus. And I'm going to make a point at the end of this as well, but it's a story of where they let the man down through the roof. If you've never heard of that story, read that story, go to the Bible and read Mark chapter 2. And Jesus was teaching, and the house was so full that these guys couldn't get to Jesus for this man to be healed by him. And so they went up on the rooftop and they cut a hole in the roof and they lowered the man down to Jesus. But the point of the sermon this morning really spoke great value. Well, it was value and volume to me. The point was brought out is that, you know, when Jesus was teaching and there's this commotion going on over his head, and maybe some stubble and stuff and dust and straw and all these kind of things begin to fall on Jesus and fall in front of him, and then, you know, light appears through the roof opening, and people they lowered this man down to where Jesus was. But there was a point in this sermon that was brought out that was so relevant to my life and to all of our lives. And it happens to us that you're going along through life and your focus gets taken off. And my focus has been not good a lot here lately because a lot of things has been going on in my life, and it's just got really overwhelming. I always call it, you got to reel yourself back in. But what happened is that, you know, there may have been some people in the crowd that said, who's going to fix that hole in the roof? Who's going to pay for, you know, that hole in the roof? You know, just, they was focusing more on the hole possibly than what was going on in the moment. That the man was being let down in the faith of these people and this man in Jesus healing him. And not only, you know, in my spiritual walk, just throughout life, when we get weary and we get overwhelmed by things, we are more focused on the problem that has been, you know, there in our lives, whether we ask for it or not, that's been created. And we get out of balance, we get so out of focus in our lives because we're more focused on the problem. And you forget sometimes about how good life really is. I mean, I live in a nice home. Nothing fancy, it's just a nice home. I work a job. I'm sitting in a nice vehicle that, you know, that I make payments on every month. I have health. I have my parents. I have more than I need. But when problems arise in life, I forget about what I really do have, and I get to focusing on the one thing. The problem sometimes is all that I can see. And that's not a good thing to happen. I often wonder, I thought, how does a person get in the condition that they are in their life sometimes? How do they become alcoholics? How do they become drug addicted? How do they become addicted to porn? How do they get so entrapped by these things in life? Maybe they focused on the problem a little too much, and they found that as a way of escape, and it's consumed their life. Instead of being focused on what you have before you, what's there in your life that is so much a blessing to you, that you focus on the hole in the roof instead. It's just a great word this morning that I needed for myself. Some things that I need to get back in line, quit focusing on the problem. My mother told me one time when I was growing up, she said, she said, when I get down and out and things get heavy, she said, I'll take a piece of paper, she said, and I draw a line straight down the middle of it, and I write all the things that I'm thankful for and all the things that are going great in my life and what I have and what I'm blessed with. Then on the right side of that line, I start writing my problems. She said, it gets to the fact that I can't even write all my problems out because I've already focused on what the good things are in my life, and this stuff that's really the problem is not really that big of a problem anymore. Just my thought for today. I just share life and my experiences here on this channel. Hope it encourages someone. Hey, go out there and do something good for someone today if you have the opportunity and the chance. Hey, it will bless them and it will bless you. Have a great day.